Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Kay and today we are looking at my favourites and fails for the month of May. So I've got 10 items, I've got 5 favourites and 5 fails, and I'm just going to go through them in order of what I like the most all the way down to what I liked the least throughout the month of May. So we're going to get straight into it, starting with these. So these are the Kaleidos Makeup Futurism palettes. So just look at that packaging. Just look at it. So the packaging's beautiful, the items inside are beautiful. I've now had the opportunity to try all 3 of these palettes and I have loved the look I've come up with for every single one. So for me, these were an absolute win. There was something that I was excited about getting. I was excited once they were here. I've been excited while I've been using them. So absolutely my top favourite for the month of May. My favourite palette is still this one, the Futurism 3 Astro Pink palette. Looks like that. It's just stunning, and I've also really liked the bronze one. That red is just amazing. I would just happily cover myself in that colour. It's just stunning. But I was least excited to get this one. I kind of just got it because it was in the box, and I thought if I was getting the other 2 I might as well get the whole collection. So I didn't have high expectations, I suppose, for this one, but actually when I used it I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the look that I ended up with. And I was quite surprised at how nice the green looked on me. I'd never thought that green would suit me, and I actually really liked it. So yeah, it was definitely a win for all 3. Next, so the next thing that I liked a lot throughout May was the Too Faced Natural Lust bronzer. I saw it, I thought it looked beautiful, I bought it. I didn't realise how big it was. It's 18 grams, but it was just really pretty, and I thought I'm going to treat myself. So I bought it. It came, I forgot to mention when I did my weekly catch up and mentioned it, that it smells like coconut. So it smells quite pretty too. Has a giant mirror, so that's really nice. It's got the bronzing shade and a highlighting shade, and I just swirl them together and use it as a bronzer, and I am in love with it. I have used it a lot. It doesn't look like I have. It doesn't look like I've used a lot from here, but if I get up close you can see where I've like swirled the brush in. Yeah, this is going to get some use. I put it on and I just look in the mirror and go, that's pretty. So yeah, definitely a win for me for this one. So the next thing that I've been really enjoying using throughout the month of May was this. So it's the Figs and Rouge Morning Glow Drops. So I got these. There you go. Now you can actually see it. So I got this in a cohorted box. I can't remember which month. I think it may have been April. And I've been trying out the. It was a Figs and Rouge dedicated box, so there were several skincare items in there, and I've been trying them all out throughout the month of May to see whether I liked them, would I repurchase them, were there any standout products, and spoiler alert, this was my standout product. So I didn't think I was going to enjoy this as much as I did. I thought it was going to be one of those products that I just sort of used a couple of times and then went, there's no point, why bother, it's an extra step, why bother? But actually I really like it. So it's got a shimmer, but it's not glittery, and I really like that when you use it you just look glowy, you don't look like you've poured glitter all over yourself, and I'm definitely loving that aspect of it. I've actually been using it a lot mixed into the moisturiser. It just gives your skin a nice healthy glow without being too much. I've also used it as a highlighter, on its own as a highlighter. I enjoyed that as well. Again, it wasn't too much. It was easy to blend into my skin. Yeah, I was surprised, but I did really enjoy using this product. So that's on the favourites list for me. The next two things really, they came from the same place, but they are two separate items. So I ordered a bunch of products from a website called YesStyle. So that video is going to be up very soon, if not up already. And one of the products that I got in there was this. So it's the 3 Concept Eyes or 3CE blush cushion. So it's just got a little cushion pad thing in there, and then you open it up from the side and the blush cushion is underneath. And I was a bit dubious about using it. I thought it's peach. I've never really used peach. I've never really used a blush cushion. I've only ever really used powder, and I was a bit don't know how this is going to work. I am in love with this blusher. I never thought that I would like the peach colour, but it doesn't go on as heavy as it looks. So it looks quite vibrant, and on the little poof thing it comes out looking quite vibrant, but honestly when it goes onto the skin and it's blended in, it just looks pretty, and I just really like the effect of it. So yeah, definitely a win for me throughout the month of May. And I think when I shop from YesStyle again, I will be purchasing some more of those. So yeah. And the last item that's on my favourites list was, but by no means least, my last favourites and fails, it was a definite, this was the top, and then it sort of went a bit overlapping in the middle as to whether it was a fave or fail. But this, I like this. So it's the PeriPera Ink the Velvet Lip Stain. Okay, it's just, there you go. So it's in the shade Celeb Deep Rose or something like that. I don't have the box, I can't remember, and it's all in Korean. So but I think it was Celeb Deep Rose, and it's got a little applicator, and it looks quite red in here, and it goes on quite red as well, to be honest. Let me just, so yeah, so it does go on quite red. But the reason that I really liked this was the job that I have. I don't have much, if any, opportunity to touch up my makeup throughout the day. So I work 9-hour shifts. I don't really have time to do anything with makeup, so once it's on, that's it. I may get a little bit of time to touch up a little bit of lipstick here and there, but if I don't have to, that just makes my day. and I put this on and I wore it to work. Number one, I got a lot of positive comments about the colour and how nice it was. I had a few people ask me where I got it from, and I had even more people ask me where I got it from when they realised that the colour was exactly the same as when I'd walked into the building about 3 or 4 hours previous. So yeah, its lasting power is really nice. Even if it does start to rub off a little bit, it leaves a stain on your lips, so you still look like you're wearing lipstick. And for me, that was just amazing. I know it's nothing revolutionary, it's a lip stain, but for me, this was a really nice colour, it was a really nice product, it did what it was supposed to do, and for that reason, it's on the faves list. Moving on then to the fails list, and we've kind of got a 2 for 1 in here. So, on the flip side of really liking the Glow Drops, again, spoiler alert if you haven't seen the Figs and Rouge skincare video yet, because I haven't posted it yet. I didn't like these. So, I've heard lots of people rave about how brilliant this primer is, and I'm not going to dispute that perhaps it is. I just don't think it was meant for my skin type. So it's the Figs and Rouge Soft Focus Pore Perfect HD Plus Matte Veil, and I just think it's for oily skin types. I can get a bit oily in my T-zone, but I'm mainly normal skin. So, but I'm usually normal skin. It's only really in the summer I tend to get any issues. So I just don't think it was for me. I used it a few times and I got a gigantic spot, and all around my nose felt like it was starting to break out as well, and I just didn't enjoy the feeling when it was on. I've used it a couple of times since all of that cleared up, and whilst I didn't break out on those occasions, I just didn't like the feel of it. A lot of people I've seen have complained about the smell. I personally don't think it's that bad, but once it's on, whatever smell there is dissipates quite quickly anyway. I just didn't like it as a primer for my skin. So, and like I said, it was a 2 for 1. The other thing that I was trying out that I just didn't get on with was the Figs and Rouge Morning Revive Oil. Again, it just wasn't for my skin. So it's used for hydration. You could mix it in with your moisturiser, you could use it alone. I tried that. I just didn't like it. I didn't like the feel of it. It made my skin feel greasy. It didn't matter whether I used 1 drop, tiny little dab. I just didn't like it. And I was really sad because I really wanted to like this, but I just didn't get on with it. It just wasn't for me. So those 2 items combined, just no, sorry. Next on the fails list was this. So it's the Double Lasting Foundation from Etude House. It was another item that I got in my YesStyle order, and there's a couple of reasons why this is in here. One of which is my fault, and the other of which is just, I don't know, I can't decide what's wrong with it. So first and foremost, it's the wrong shade. It's far too light for my skin. It just made me look like a ghost. I've tried mixing it in with other foundations, and that kind of works in terms of the colour, but I just don't like the way it looks on my skin. It just emphasises any fine lines or wrinkles that I've got. And you know, I'm not daft. I know I don't have that many, but what I do have, this was like, hi, here they are. and I don't really want that. So I think I tried it once with one foundation, and I can't remember which one it was now, which is really annoying. It didn't look that bad, but it just trying to get the right colour with it is difficult, and I feel like I end up using a lot of another product and not a lot of this, and it still highlights any issues. So for me, it's just not working. The next thing also in the YesStyle order was the Play 101 setting powder, also from Etude House. Couple of issues with this. One, I do not like the application method. I do not like that it's got this brush and you have to twist and pat it all out. You just end up with too much product doing it that way, because you're trying to buff it all in and you're getting more product out, and I just found that using this brush you get just too much where you don't want it. It's also really difficult to use if you're trying to use it under your eyes, because it just gets on your eye instead. It was just really annoying. So I was like, nah, don't really like that. I thought if I can get it out of the if I could get the product out of the tube, then maybe I'll be onto a winner. And you can do it. It unscrews from the bottom, and you can get at the product that way. Tip it out onto a plate or some sort of container, and you can dip your brush or your sponge or whatever into it that way. But for me, I don't think it's a bad powder, but I've got powders that I like better, so it just wasn't for me. Next was, again, also from YesStyle, so it was the Innisfree Skinny Brown Mascara. First things first, it's not a good colour for me. It's just very, very light. Second of all, I just don't think I'm a brow mascara type of person. It made my brows feel crunchy and stiff. I felt like if I moved my face, I smiled, I frowned, I did anything with my face, I felt like my eyebrows were restricted in their movement. It just wasn't comfortable, and I just didn't like it. I used it for the YesStyle Korean beauty video, and I haven't worn it since because I just don't want to. So that's probably going to make its way out of my collection quite soon. And the final thing was this. So it's the Ciate London. Oh, so it's the Ciate London Patent Pout Lip Lacquer. Okay, so it looks like this, and it looks like that, and it looks like that, and that all looks really, really pretty. Really pretty colour. So it's meant to give your lips a plumped effect. It's not meant to be sticky. Just now, quite frankly, I've tried using this about 3 times now to see whether it's the product or the way I'm using the product, and I've decided it's the product. So I got this from Cohorted, and I tried it on in the Cohorted video, and while I was finishing up that video I felt like it was quite goopy on the inside of my mouth, which was gross. But I'd put a lip balm on before I started that video, and I wondered if maybe it was reacting to the lip balm. So I thought I'll give it a go. I'll give it a fair shot. I looked in the mirror after I'd finished the video. I noticed that when you're far away, it looks pretty. It does make your lips look plumper. It enhances them, and I liked the look of it from far away. But when I looked in the mirror up close, it looked really patchy. It didn't matter how many times I put it on, it just looked patchy. And I thought, okay, not fond of that either. So it's patchy, it's goopy, okay. It was also quite sticky. I tried it again a few days later without any lip balm on at all, and within about a minute of applying it, goopy lips. And it was still patchy. So I tried it with a different lip balm a few days after that, and exactly the same thing. It doesn't matter what I do with this. It's patchy, it's goopy, it's gross, it's gone. So that was all of my things that I really enjoyed or really didn't enjoy throughout the month of May. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all again in a video very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.